Hello dears, you are on the Real Facts channel, and in today's video we will tell you an amazing story about a wolf's loyalty that was experienced in Russia in a small village located near the forest. In the forest there was a forester's house, but only Valentina and her little son lived there. There was also a dog of an unknown breed, big and black, which barely survived. The husband of this woman died in a fire. The house where the husband and their little son slept caught fire. Valentina at this time was in the city getting groceries for the family. Throwing himself into the burning house, the dog pulled the child out. The boy almost suffocated in the smoke, and the woman found the dog barely alive. Unable to live in the village where the tragedy happened, Valentina asked the chairperson to appoint her to the place of an elderly forester who had been looking for a replacement. The chairman resisted at first. Have you ever seen a woman alone with a child in a deep forest full of wolves and bears? But Valentina was persistent and achieved her goal. So the three healed: Valentina, her son, and faithful dog. At first, the chairman often called on the guests, checking on them, but soon he realized that the new forester in a skirt did a good job and left them alone. The first winter was calm, and in early spring, the dog began to disappear for long periods of time in the forest. The woman did not know what to think, anxiously awaiting the late prodigal dog. But one day, the dog did not come alone. A young she-wolf stood on the edge of the outskirts of the house. This is how the reason for delays and disappearances was revealed. The young family settled in a booth, and everything would be fine, but the wolf did not want to put up with the presence of a human. As soon as the woman approached the booth, she immediately hid, growled, and grinned. One night, the dog scratched at the door and whined. Valentina went into the yard and he led her to the booth. The she-wolf lay there and could hardly breathe. Valentina climbed inside and gently began to feel her. The wolf was weak and did not resist, only whined. All bones were whole, her mouth was clean. What happened? The woman did not know what to do. Alarmed, the dog was lying next to the she-wolf in the hope of looking at Valentina. Valentina looked at him and then a thought occurred to her. Maybe medicine would help the wolf. She brought out a first aid kit and gave her an injection. And then puppies were born, real wolves. Only growth and color went to the father. But with joy came sorrow. A month later, protecting the house from a bear, the dog died. Valentina buried him next to the big white birch. The wolf did not leave the woman and remained faithful to her, but human life is not infinite. The chairman was riding to the forester's house when suddenly a wolf rushed at the feet of his horse. Restrained in the saddle, he had already pulled his gun from his shoulder when suddenly he recognized Valentina's wolf. The wolf darted along the road and whined. Sensing something was wrong, the man urged the horse on. He found the woman in the house already cold. A paramedic was called and said that her heart had stopped. That night, the whole village could not sleep. The wolves howled. And what happened to the wolf and her puppies, you may ask? They went to the forest. They say that the wolf did not let another wolf near her until death, and 3 years later she was found dead at the dog's grave. The chairman buried her close. The puppies grew up and became leaders. They also had puppies. And the most amazing thing is that the packs who had black leaders never attacked people and cattle. And the hunters did not touch them either, since they remembered the faithful dog and his she-wolf. The fur is black and the soul is white, they said about them. Such is the story of love and loyalty. Guys, what do you think about this? Leave your comments below and do not forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Bye everyone!